John.
Hello, Ajay Kumar sir. Hello.
Hello, ma'am. Ma'am, is Syed audible, ma'am? Syed was talking to him. Yeah. He can start, ma'am. Students are joining, 80 plus are there, and we are receiving more messages to the students because we are online, right?
Hello. So Ajay
Hello.
Kumar sir.
Yeah.
Yes sir. Good
Shall I
morning
start,
sir.
sir?
Yeah, yes sir. Good morning.
Very good.
Good morning sir.
Uh, Very good morning, young Indians. I am Ajay Kumar, and I will be presenting to you the opportunities what we have after completing our degree courses. As you all aware, at this point, where the job opportunities are in a very constrained time
It's already
after
there.
the pandemic,
Oh,
It's already.
our but our opportunities are still large and we need to explore them. We all have completed our degrees or going around with the degrees. So what next is a big question mark. It will be amazing to see that we throw our hats off after our convocations and jump in joy.
sir,
But
so sorry to interrupt you,
yes,
sir. Sir, your
yes, sir.
screen is have multiple errors, sir. Your screen is not
No,
properly
I'll check,
visible.
sir. I'll check.
Oh, okay, sir. Okay, sir. Yes, sir. Now it's visible, sir. Thank you, sir. Continue, sir, please.
So we have many opportunities while going through the screens. You will always agree there is a gap between our education and job. We need that extra space and extra pace to match the job and our career. So on this front, I would like to introduce myself. As I said, I am Ajay Kumar, an ex-defense cadre from Indian Air Force, who completed BEEE, and I served in the active defense for 20 years. Post-defense, I was recruited as a manager of an aluminum foundry. It raises questions to you and me that how an electrical person can head a foundry division. But yes, that was an opportunity given to me. Post that, I was in the industry for 10 years in all foundry divisions of Sanmar Engineering, L&T Engineering, and Brakes India Engineering. I was still amazed about the wide open opportunity given to me, which was nothing to do with my education. But yes, the education was the backbone for me, and that carried me through these different opportunities. So after serving 10 years in foundry divisions, I was into logistics as admin cum maintenance. Again, nothing to do with my basic degree. And with all the experiences I gathered for the past 25 years, I am here just to give you an insight and the opportunity which is not restricted to your degrees. So I hope you're convenient with my English, or you want me to have a bilingual one with English or Hindi.
Sir, we are fine with the English, sir.
Okay, sir.
Yeah, thank you so much, sir.
Yeah. Thank you. So what happens after the degree? Now when we go home, the first question which our parents or friends or maybe your Valentine will be asking, what next or where are you going? We are restricted, but of course not limited to the following 5 categories. We may opt for a private job, or plan for your public sector jobs. The third most important is the government job, which many of us are unaware of. Fourth is your higher education, those who wish to pursue. And the fifth is an entrepreneur, wants to start a business. And the present central government, as you all aware, is encouraging the startup business. And it is an opportunity now that we are able to sail through. So of all these five, being a central government employee in defense, I prefer a government job at the initial stage. Not just because it is a government job, it gives us a security and an opportunity to learn. We have private jobs wide open. We have the public sector jobs still wide open. But with the amount of knowledge and the amount of training that the colleges like Dhaanish is giving you, I feel the government job will be an equal opportunity or an equal competitor for all the other five fingers. So in the government job, first comes the state government services. Now after Chief Minister M.K. Stalin took over, all the government jobs which is falling under the state government is being grouped under TNPC. Earlier, electricity board, milk dairy, and other government sectors were conducting separate exams for their entrances. Now everything is clubbed under TNPC, Tamil Nadu Public Service Commission, where the name of the few posts which comes under Group 1, for which the exam is scheduled on 4th of March, is Deputy Collector, Deputy Superintendent of Police, Assistant Commissioner of Commercial Taxes, Deputy Registrars Cooperative Societies, Assistant Director of Rural Development, and so on. The names, why I am mentioning, is to just to have an impression upon you that tomorrow we can see few Dhaanish students sitting as a deputy collector in some of the districts. The second one is the Group 2 officers, which comes from the Industrial Cooperative Officer, Junior Employment Officer, Sub-Registrar, Special Assistants on Vigilance, Municipal Commissioners, Assistant Section Officers, and so on. And the last but not the least grade is Group 4 and VAO, or Village Administrative Officer. The government jobs not only give you a security of the job, but also gives you a status in the area where you are, bringing you in the forth of what is happening around. You may be aware that how many times you ran around the VAO for getting your certificates signed. So the eligibility criteria for the state government services is minimum age is 21 for all categories, and the maximum age for general is 32, while the reserved classes it is 37. Application for this is any degree. So any degree means you are going to compete with arts and science along with your engineering degree. The pay scale as of now It starts from 56,100 to 1,22,500 at the time of retirement, which keeps changing as per the pay commission as and when it comes, and by the increase of DA or DNS allowance as and when it comes. So, my friends, you should be aware that the pay scale for the private and the state government services are almost matching. And to start with, getting a pack of around 75,000 with all perks is not a bad idea to get into these government services. Not only the job security, it has enormous benefits, including your lifetime pension after you retire, for your life, for your spouse, and for the children, if as the case may be. So the exam will be of objective type of 200 marks, 200 questions, and descriptive type for 750 marks. So each paper or the objective will be for 3 hours, and the main subject will also be for 3 hours. We have to clear the prelims or primary examination, which is objective type, and then get into the mains, which will be of your choice of the services you are willing to take up. The minimum marks for all classes in prelims is 90, for the reserved class, and for the others it is 120, and the maximum mark is 300 and 750. So for group 2, again, the minimum age is 21 and the maximum for general category is 30, while for others it is 37, and the minimum education qualification is any degree. The pay scale for group 2 is 35,900 to 1,17,600. This also has prelims and mains. So you will have the same 300 marks questions with 90 is the minimum cutoff mark, and 102 or 102 or 90 for the group 2 and group 2A. And the last category is group 4, where the minimum qualification is 10 standard, but you will be astonished to hear that a lot of degree holders or +2 people are competing in this category just to get inside the government services, where the minimum age is 18 or 21 as per the category, and the maximum age is 30 for general and no age limit for others. So you have wide chance for getting inside this category. The pay scale starts from 20,600 to the maximum of 65,000. This includes all clerical cadres in the government organizations. This will have a single paper of objective 200 questions, and the duration is 3 hours and the minimum mark is 90. Now, after the taken over of Chief Minister M.K. Stalin, Tamil has been made a compulsory entrant for this TNPC, where you will have 100 marks questions, which need to be qualified by minimum obtaining 40 marks, post which your other papers will be valued. So the syllabus is very simple. You find a general science, current events, geography of India, history of India, Indian polity or the Constitution of India, Indian economy, Indian national movement, history and development of Tamil Nadu. And the last one is aptitude and mental ability, which has logic and reasoning. These subjects, which you have studied up to 10th standard, it will be the same portion, and only thing you have to refresh them. I, being one of the person who was not keen in history or geography during my school days, had to take up engineering, fearing of history and geography. But yes, that's the base where our constitution or our family or the complete India is resting upon. So it may be a slightly difficult issue for the engineering students to again go back and take up history or geography. But studying these two subjects will not only enhance your general ability, but also rake up for the state government services. Syllabus for Group 4 is same, but the portions are limited, wherein Group 1 and 2 you may get world history and world geography, whereas for Group 4 it will be a normal Indian history and geography. The English in general will be grammar, literature, authors and literary works, or Tamil, where you have to take up, will be grammar, literature, Tamil scholars and their contributions to Tamil, where the main portion will be resting on Tirukkural, and the balance will be about grammar and literature. So these are the various opportunities we have in state government services. Since the last 2 years, due to pandemic, the TNPC did not hold any big examination, and the first opportunity is opening on 4th, and I'm afraid that if you have filled up the form for that, then you are eligible, otherwise you have to wait for next year. However, the Group 2 services, the filling up of examination form has been extended till March 23rd of this year, and the examination is scheduled in May, June. So you have an ample time of 2 months to just refresh through your history and geography and score a good marks to get inside the state government services. Apart from the state government services, we have a central government service where conducted by UPSC or the Union Public Service Commission. This includes IAS, IPS, IFS, RRB, IRTS, CDS, NDA, and many more. All these officer cadres are being conducted by UPSC, and we have the same qualification as TNPC, as graduation is the minimum degree which you wanted, and it will be of prelims and mains followed by an interview or group discussion. The syllabus for UPSC examination is same and similar to that of TNPC, but the only thing is Tamil is not a compulsory. All these services which are open, and when you go through the newspaper, you will be astonishingly finding that all these vacancies are being filled by many people across India, and the people from the states have scored less or joining less. The main reason what we found during our R&D was that many of our people, many of our students or parents are not aware of these services or examination. Everybody gets registered in the unemployment or the employment exchange and wait for the government to call them and say, hey, this is where you can get in, which is not the case. The vacancies now, which has been given for Group 2 and Group 2A, for which the exams is scheduled in May, June, is close to 35,000. So you just think the vacancy available in the government departments when you can and you will be able to succeed. Apart from the central government examinations, we have many more entrance examinations which open up for your skills. The one such sector is banking sector, where the opportunity for probationary officers and clerks are being conducted. This banking exam is divided into two. One is conducted by SBI alone for its group of banks, and the other one is Indian banking sector, which will be a combined for all the other banks. So the PO or clerk positions for all the banks are conducted together except for SBI, and SBI conducts it for itself. With such an opportunity which is existing in our sectors, we as a student, as an enthusiastic young Indian who not only want to have a career in the government departments or the public sector departments, should take up these exams not only for the sake of an exam or for an opportunity in job, but also to have an experience of all the exams or the competition outside. You must be very much familiar about the descriptive type of exams which you have been attempting in the colleges. But there's a vast difference between this descriptive type of examination and objective type of examinations. So focusing on a single point and answering of almost all the 4 answers are right is a big challenge, and the experience which you will be gaining will definitely take you to the higher level. The schedule of examination for IAS IPS is being screened, which starts from September 16th and goes through till 25th. This is for the central government IAS examination schedule. So what happens if you want to take up with IPS or CDS? CDS is the Combined Defense Services. As an ex-serviceman who was proud to be in the border at the time of requirements, I always recommend anybody who approaches me for a job to join the defense. Maybe the good what I had and the bad what I faced may be shared with you all. So this combined defense examination, apart from the general schedule as a minimum physical requirement, so if you are fitting in this requirement, then only you please apply for this IPS or CDS exams. Because once your examination is over and you have been shortlisted, if you find any of these requirements is a shortfall, then all your efforts will go waste. So the minimum height of a male candidate is 165 centimeter.
சரி பாருமா, நான் கேட்டதுக்கு மட்டும் அந்த கேட்டு சொல்லுங்க. நினைச்சாலும் என்ன நீங்க பாட்டு சொல்ற சரியா? இன்னைக்கு ஒரு தடவை கன்ஃபர்மேஷன் பண்ணிட்டு ஒரு கால் பண்ணுங்க.
And minimum height requirement for female candidate is 150 centimeter. There is a relaxation for the reserved categories and the tribal people, which is notified in the notifications of IPS and CDS examinations. The chest, when it is fully expanded, is 84 and 79. And from the breathe out to breathe in, it should expand to a minimum of 5 centimeter. The eye vision is 6/6 or 6/9, and the worst case is 6/12. This medical requirement is a must for all IPS, CDS, and NDA exams. All these CDS and NDA have two categories. One is from +2, where you can attain the degree of your choice from the National Defense Academy, either in engineering, mechanical, engineering electronics, engineering electrical, or engineering in piloting. The next big opportunity is in the railway department, where RRB conducts for the lower level and the IRTS conducts for the higher grade. So age limit is again 21 to 32 with a bachelor's degrees from any university. And the number of attempts for these exams are 6 for the general candidates, 9 for the other candidates, and unlimited for SC and ST. Why this information is very important is all government departments give a huge opportunity to get inside their organization for the youngsters, particularly the person with the degree who can join them and flourish along with them. Apart from the normal pay scale, you get an opportunity of getting free travels, concessional travels, and tourism travels in the railway department, which you may be aware of. So these are the various programs and the examination pattern which is available in the government departments or the public sectors. I was very happy to note that Dhaanish is having a separate stream for petroleum. And of all the colleges which I visited, which had only a normal mechanical engineering or electrical engineering or civil engineering, Dhaanish had this particular and a peculiar subject, which I was very much amazed. And this throws up a very big opportunity for the people who wanted to be in India and work for CPCL, other than going to rig or to the oil platforms across the globe. So this is another opportunity, it's an additional mileage what Dhaanish is giving you, and this will definitely bring you to the forefront and cherish your dreams. Not only the examinations or the opportunities in India, in the government, gives you an opening. There are many areas which I will touch upon from where you can get inside with confidence and with good intentions. Before I move on, I would request if you have any clarification on this government department examinations or the entrance examinations, so that whatever is possible from my end, I'll be able to clear it off.
Sir, good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Sir, I have a doubt that do we have any sort of competitive exam where while being in a BTech final year can be approached for that exam?
Yes, all these examinations, what I have mentioned, you can attend in the final year, but before your mains, you have to submit your completion certificate.
Okay. Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Welcome. So if there are no more questions, can I move on to the next opportunity?
Yes, sir. Students, if you have any doubts, then please approach now up to this session. Hello? So please continue, sir.
Yeah. Uh, if you still have any doubts or clarifications, you may give them in writing or take it up with your HOD, sir, and I will be very happy to get it clarified through him. Right? Yeah. The second big opportunity, as I said, the 5 fingers, is the dream of going abroad. So it's like education abroad, where you have an opportunity to go to any of your willing country for your dream career. I have listed few of the countries where you have opportunities in the fields of excellence. So in Germany, we have business management, medicine, law, engineering, and economics. And you're all aware, for engineering and medicine, German is one of the best institutes what they have. Again in Canada, where you can get in easily along with your work visa, is in media, computer science, hospitality, and business management. And the next is in Ireland. We have business management, law, social studies, arts and science, psychology, education, nursing, and dentistry. The dream of US comes with mathematics, computer science, social science, physical and life science, business management, and engineering. In UK, you have management, data science, journalism, and mass communication along with law. In Australia, you have business management, medical services, engineering, architecture, computing and IT, business analysis, zoology, allied health services, social work, internet of things, or we call it as IoT, construction and urban planning. And the next opportunity point is New Zealand, where we have medicine, agriculture, business management, and animation. We do recommend the people who are interested to study abroad, and in many of these countries, along with studying, you have an opportunity to work as a part-time. So all the formalities and the details can be had through your HOD. So to get inside these countries, the language of English is a must. So every country has its own testing method about English. So these countries, before giving visa or admission, ask the candidates to clear the following tests. The first one is Toefl, which has been recognized in almost 150 countries and 10,000 universities. It's a test of English as a foreign language, where you'll have a 3-hour exam for reading, listening, speaking, and writing, of which you have to score minimum 70. Next is IELTS, which is International English Language Testing System, This is the presently, it has been accepted globally and across all countries and universities. However, TOEFL has its own restrictions in few countries. PT is a new grade which has been developed by Pearson Test of English from Australia. It is accepted in Canada, UK, Australia, and New Zealand, and it's been gradually accepted in other countries. The difference between all these three is the date of exam and the result. While TOEFL takes a week to 10 days to give you a result, IELTS gives you in a couple of days, and PTE gives you in a couple of hours. So it depends on the country and the education, what you are interested to get in. This entrance test varies. And the details for this coaching of this TOEFL, IELTS, PTE can be had from your HOD who will be listening. Apart from this too, for the engineering students, there are two main exams. One is GRE, which is a graduate record examination, which is the testing skill for English and Maths. This is a basic requirement for MS engineering courses. Analytical writing, verbal reasoning, and quantitative reasoning will be the syllabus for this. The next is GMAT for the management category, graduate management administrative admission test, where the skills of aptitude, mathematics, verbal, analytical, etc. are there. All these are for the students who are willing to go abroad and pursue their education to the higher levels. So as not only for the higher education, but even for attaining a certain height, even in India, the English has become a very, very important language. We all, from a rural background, mostly from a rural background, and with a limited educational English opportunity, always feel an inferiority complex, a backward trend when we want to speak in English. The gap between job and the education is one of the factors why we are not much into English. Though we write our English examinations, but speaking and listening varies, and we all feel let down by this. Though we all say English or the language is only a mode of communication, but to be on a higher end, to attend the meeting, or to express ourselves with others, this language barrier creates a lot of hindrance to us. Taking into account the problem faced by the young Indians to scale up to these new heights, we have tied up along with Pearson of Australia to give an opening to speak, write, and listen on develop the English language at your own time from your desk. I'll just share you a YouTube presentation on this Me Pro and the details of which you can have from your HOD. This Me Pro is developed by Pearson. It is on YouTube. There are many versions of this, and what I am intended to give you is the basic version. So this Mi Pro is a software where you will be able to develop your own English and
Hello.
so this Mi Pro
So,
is
so,
an
so sorry.
software. So
So sorry to
yeah.
interrupt you in between, sir. Could you go for full screen, sir?
So which one?
Full screen.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. So, thank you, sir.
So this Mi Pro is an English development tool where you have 10 levels, and as and when you clear each level, the grammar, the speaking skill, the learning skill, the listening skill will be improving on its own. This will be giving you an edge when you get inside to speak, or will help you in your exams when you want to go up abroad. So apart from this, we have one quick update, which I feel is a must for me to emphasize here. Though the computer engineers or the IT professionals who are passing out from this college have abundant knowledge on the programs like Oracle, Java, Python, etc., etc., get stuck when they get into a job because, again, the gap between the learning and the job. The projects which is been assigned to them immediately on joining gives them a small variation and puts them in a fear or psychological pressure on how to go about it. Though the person knows the basic concept of computing, but needs a specialization on the particular language in which they are going into. So to arrest this gap, we are suggesting that the people or the computer engineers who are passing out from this college need to undergo a small training for 45 days or 2 months on the particular language which is being organized by the project engineers who are at present in the IT field and working on the project, like Oracle, Python, cyber hacking, or digital hacking, digital marketing, C++, automation testing, or on the financial side as Tally, GST, etc., need to have this edge when they pass out from here. So they get an additional advantage of directly going inside the project rather than being in a bench, as they call it. This opportunity or this gap is being bridged by us so that the people who are aspiring to work inside IT industry is not left far behind. So on the whole, I request all of you to kindly note my points, what we discussed, including that of government jobs or private jobs, going abroad, developing your English, or the IT sector people who wish to enhance their knowledge and get inside the job for a peaceful, safe, and happy family life. I'd like to thank you, thank the organizers and the competition HOD, the placement HOD, and their assistants for giving me an opportunity to express our views on the opportunity, job opportunities throughout. I would like to thank you, all the students, once again for your patient hearing and request you for any doubts in the sector of education where we can be of help. In case you require any further details on these modules, what we have discussed, you may please contact your HOD who will be able to guide you further. Thank you, Mr. Anthony, and your team for organizing it so well. Any questions or doubts which you feel to clarify, you may ask now.
Now I request the students to go ahead for a Q&A session. Student can ask their questions or they can text a message in the group and it will be asked for me.
Sir,
Yes, ma'am.
good morning, sir. Am I audible?
Yeah, sure.
Yes, sir. Thank you for such an beautiful opportunity, sir, that you have made and clear to us, sir. And then I have one thing to clear with you, sir.
Yes, ma'am.
Sir, what the main intention that we should have to enter into the government job, sir? Like civil service examinations.
Yeah, it's the fire what you have in your belly. It is actually the fire. See, getting inside any job, see, generally why we go for a job? You come in the common platform. There are only two reasons. One, either to fulfill your aspirations or your dreams, or to go in your life path easily. There are only two things which we need to get into a job. This aspiration or the fire in the belly, where you feel that the wrongdoings which is going on around you has to be challenged, has to be addressed, naturally you have to get into civil services where you will be in a position to dictate as what to go inside. So during the civil services examination, the preparation is more important, where you have to be working hard, because being an engineering student, going again back to history and geography and economics will be a slightly challenging task for you. But I only say it is challenging, but it is not a difficult task, because we have answered a lot of complex mathematics, and an
Yeah.
easy history is a very easy one for you to handle.
Okay, sir. And how we should manage our studies with these job opportunities, sir? That is civil service examination. How
Civil
we should?
service examination, you may have to concentrate at the initial stage. It is actually a one-year course, generally, wherever you go. Okay. Initially, you may have to dedicate 2 to 3 hours at the initial stage, but as the exams are nearing, maybe 10 to 12 hours you may have to dedicate, so that you get in. Because the problem with the civil examination, or rather any of this examination, is objective type. As I told you earlier, we are very much familiar to write pages and pages in the descriptive type, but
Yes.
you have to combine everything and answer to the point in the objective type. So that's where the challenge is, and you have to get trained for that, because we are never trained. Our education system, right from the standard one, even through to the college, we are not much into objective. So that is where the real challenges lies, where each and every point has to be remembered and precise when you answer. There is no this or that. When you write a descriptive answer, you can put if, not, buts, and all those.
And could you please list out some concepts while preparing UPSC?
Yeah. The main thing in the UPSC examinations, they call for a precise answer. If you, I think, if you have gone through reasoning or aptitude, where you will be given 4 answers, and almost when you read through, all the 4 may be correct to the sentences or the statements. Your vision, your clear idea is what we are expecting to be answered in the paper. There is an issue or a problem, and you have 4 solutions. So when you answer those solutions, you should keep in mind it does not affect anybody. It should be a long-term solution, and it is practically possible solution. So if you have these 3 points in mind, whenever you go for a reasoning, answering, these 3 points will help you to tackle down your answers. And when you are preparing for your UPSC, you will be reading a big history about Mughals or Indian national movement. But the main thing is the names, the years, and an important battles, like a battle of Panipat maybe, or salt satyagraha maybe. These important events in Indian history has to be noted separately, along with the dates, along with the people who are concerned, or along with that. This will help you in the last minute revision, so that you need not to go through the complete history once again.
Okay, sir.
Excuse me, sir.
So, yes, sir.
So how to get 100% scholarship for the MS?
100% scoring?
A scholarship, sir, for doing MS
Scholarship.
from abroad. Yes.
Yes. The scholarships for the foreign education is depending on your marks in your basic, plus the entrance exam what they conduct. Right? So these entrance exam will be based mostly on your mathematical knowledge. So your effort in mathematics. See, in general, what we do is we write down the formula, then you put steps, then finally you arrive at an answer. Even for the aptitude examinations, generally everybody goes with that okay, whenever there is a problem of LCM, GCD, or an average, they keep doing the steps, which takes time. The main important addressing of these questions is practice. You need to practice hell a lot of questions, and what the institutions who are coaching for these type of examinations generally do is give a shortcut which you have to memorize them and get the answers within a minute. Because your questions, for example, in TNPSC, you will be getting only 1 minute per 1 or 2 minutes per question. So answering these within 2 minutes is a big challenge, which you need to do it with practice. So MS getting scholarship or the score in your entrance examinations 100% depends on your effort and practice of the similar question. Though we are knowing how to find an average at an easy way, but to practice it till the last to make sure that there is no mistake when you go through the examination. There are a lot of universities offering scholarship, and for the MS, you may approach your HOD for further details, please.
Sir, all abroad university conducting their own examination, or like TOEFL or IELTS is enough for that?
No. These the TOEFL and other things are not conducted by the universities abroad. These are a type of examination where you have to clear and get the score from TOEFL. A certificate from TOEFL or IELTS will be given to you, which you need to attach along with the application to that particular university, so that they know that you have cleared this TOEFL examination. Then you will be your application will be scrutinized for further action. This is a mandatory one for all the universities abroad. Passing this, any of this entrance is mandatory for all the universities abroad. These are not conducted by universities. These are independent bodies which has been recognized by the universities globally.
Okay, sir, understood.
Students, any more questions? Okay, sir, one question is there from my end. Can I ask, sir?
Yes, sir.
Yes, the certificate verification will be the first step for any government type of exam if they are organizing. Then,
No, sir. Certificate verification will be done in the last.
okay, sir.
What we used to do, what they are doing now is, you have to get for TNPC, for example, you have to get it registered, your name, your qualification, etc. So that single registration will be sufficient for any number of attempts in case if you want to go ahead. Suppose you are appearing for group 4, you clear group 4, but you wanted to go for group 2. That single registration is sufficient for all the examinations in future. Only thing is, if you add any qualification to you, it has to be updated in that website.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes.
Hello. Sir, one thing I heard, like
Yes, sir.
by research paper you can get admission for like MS or for PhD. For example, you are researching from any paper and you just send to mail the any professor of that particular university, and if they like your research, then they call for the MS. Is there possible with to get
Yes.
admission without TOEFL or?
This is available. Yes, this is available, but not in all universities. There are very few universities who are accepting the research paper, and they will be taking you as a researcher there for further studies. In that case, then this examination may not be required. But the universities are limited.
Okay, so thank you so much, sir. So any more questions from the students?
Sir, I want to know the university name, sir, where we can get admission without TOEFL or highlights by research paper.
You contact your HOD. I will share the details through him. Right?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Thank you.
So, yeah, any more questions from the students? Okay. So it was a wonderful session, sir. Lastly, I would like to present the vote of thanks on behalf of Dhaanish College of Engineering to you, sir, for your sharing the valuable information that you have on government job sectors and also on abroad educations. And also, I would like to thank for giving this session by taking some time from your busy schedule. So, thank you so much for your time, sir, and thank you, students, for attending the sessions very patiently. So that will be end of a session from my side, sir.
Yeah. Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Indians. Let
Thank you,
us
sir.
cheer up for the bright future. Thank you.
Yes, thank you so
Thank
much.
you.